Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today is day 42, season 2, so let's get over here. Starting off down here, we have the Disco, Defender and the cattle trailer popped up. In the shed we have the link box. Here we have the gator, the lawnmower, oil tank and the sheep trailer. So the lawnmower has just been pulled out of the shed for a minute. The chickens, the ducks and the chicks and the ducklings are all getting used to knocking around the yard. They haven't actually been in the field since the sheep and the cows left. So yeah, they've just been knocking around the yard and we've been feeding them in the yard. Here we have the wheelbarrow and the cement mixer. So this will probably be going to the other farm and be put in a shed because it's a brand new piece of kit, and we'd like it to keep undercover, but everything else can stay here. Wheelbarrow, shovel, trowel, because we shouldn't need the cement mixer unless we're doing a high job. Here we have the 6600 parked up. 3400 telehandler with the pallet forks on the front and the digger. In the shed we have the New Holland mini baler, class round baler and the John Deere bale wrapper. The rake, the mower aren't in the shed, but you'll see where they are in a minute, and obviously the lawnmower's there. In the shed we have the 5612 parked up, 6616 parked up, fertiliser spreader and the fertiliser bags at the back, and then we have the spearhead hedge cutter and the bucket for the 6616. So the reason why the bucket has just been sat there is because we didn't really want it anywhere else in the way, so we just put it there, but obviously it's not really being used. We know if it's a 6616, and if it is, it's probably on the muck grab or something. And then the spearhead hedge cutter obviously isn't being used. It might be used in the summer, maybe like twice or something, but we don't know. So for now they're just in the shed, out of the way. And here we have the grading bucket for the digger. And then we have the bathtub that is going to be put in the cow field once they're back here at the farm. Flaming roller parked up, not having much use. 2 spare tyres for the pit. We'll probably have to arrange this sort of bay of stuff. The roller can stay, hurdles can probably go somewhere else, sheep feeder, IBC can go somewhere else, so maybe we could fit a tractor or maybe the NC dump trailer so we won't be in the way of the silage. Tying in the bucket, muck grab and the hurdles and the sheep feeder and the IBC. The IBC will be used to fill up the bathtub in summer. Max landed over there, he came by himself. And then we have the flatbed trailer, bale trailer, sorry. Here we have the NC dump trailer and the silage. So I reckon the second cut, before you reach out to the back tyre at the lowest point, it'll probably be at pretty much to the top, and then it will slope down to the bottom where the back tyre is on the NC. Also we might get a lot more grass than we did last year, but sometimes if the other farm have a bit of silage that they don't really need, they ask us if we want it and we just put it in our pit. We have the I4 Williams flatbed trailer there, Fleming double bay lifter and the muck spreader. So that may or may not be used. We'll have about 5 or 6 bales from both fields in total. So we'll just see how many bales we actually get, and depending on if we need it or not. We don't tend to use this, we tend to use the bale trailer, but obviously if we only have 2 left we tend to get the double bay lifter because it needs to be used, and I'll probably put it on the Ford because that also needs to be used. Here we have the farmer's son. He's on the Honda Quad 4-track. He's just sitting there, he's about a hop off, he's just watching the mowing and the windrowing. Here's our first swath, and here's the main man himself, the farmer. He's in the G6175 with the fella rake on. He's just windrowing up this field, so he's just started. He waited for the 6920S to get a far distance, because if they were any closer they would have clipped. So 6920S is on its, I believe it's its 4th row. There's 5 rows, and then I'll move on to this field, which will be up and down like that, which I reckon is about 4 rows, where you got one about there, and then you got this small one. So it's about 3 or 4 swaths, but we just go up and then down, up and down, up and down. That's what we tend to do for big fields. That's what we've done at the other farm, because the fields are sort of similar size. Just that one's a bit bigger and that one's a bit smaller, but only by that gap in between the grass on each field. So here we have the 6920S, just got the Kuhn mower on the back, Matt's in that, so he's got one more row, so there's about 9 rows in total, so yeah, and then he'll head back to the yard, so we'll farm it, they'll put the windrower and the mower away, and then get the baler and the bale wrapper out. So I reckon off this field we'll have about 4, 5, and then this one will have about 2. So 2 or 3. So in the end we should get about 6, maybe 7, maybe 8. Shouldn't get any more. So yeah. And also the field that we do pit silage in at the other farm, depending on when we do second cut, if there's enough time for the grass to grow, we might get a couple of bales off it, or well, obviously we'll have to decide, but at some point, because second cut will be happening within the next month and a half, maybe 2 months, probably about August time, so we'll have to decide whether we do some grass bales afterwards, or we leave a section of the field for grass bales. We're just thinking just two extras, because last year I think we had 10 or 11, and this year we'll probably have about 13. So just some extra bales to last the sheep and the cows a bit longer, and then we can start giving them pit once they go into lambing. Obviously we'll start off with the nutritious leaves and the mini bales, then we'll go to the round bales, then we'll go to the pit silage. So yeah, also last year I wasn't filming model farm stuff on this channel or the other one, so this is the sort of first silage I've actually filmed. I can't remember on my old account if I did or not, but we have a lot of a new tractor, a new rake as well, and last year the field was there and then the yard was here. Pictures weren't the best, they were a bit blurry. I think we had the Ford on the mower, I can't remember, I can't actually find the pictures. So yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and bye.